good, thank you.
unconcerned.
Just in the past, the problem at Roosevelt Island with Roosevelt Island retail has been that brokers have brought their clients to Roosevelt Island on a weekday afternoon,
Right,
and you're going to experience, and it's absolutely deserted.
correct.
And the retailer looks around and just scares the hell out of them. They don't,
Right.
you know, I mean, I've talked to this.
There's not enough foot traffic.
It's not the foot. So, how do you plan to overcome that? Has there been any reevaluation of the asking rents for the space? And can you just expand a little bit about how you plan on marketing it to outside retailers?
Sure. Getting it out there in many different ways. Like I was saying before, my prior company at Massey, we accumulated tenant information from every single neighborhood. We think that forgetting Manhattan, going to Queens, talking about Queens, we've cataloged so much information in Queens that we're putting together hard mailers to get out to the tenants in Queens so they know who to call, that this is an opportunity for them. They can come over to the bridge, they could have their, if it's food, they could have their kitchen in Queens, they could serve their food here. If it's a wine bar, let's say, they could have a commissary, right? And they could have their refrigeration here, cooked there, kept here, because I know cooking is the sore subject in a lot of the spaces here. It could be just service, things like that. So we're trying to outreach to a lot of the mom and pop tenants that it's very hard for the brokers to reach, but since we've collected a lot of that information, we want to utilize that for these spaces. So a lot of those people are right now in under 2,000 square foot spaces like you have here. So that's one thing that we're working on right now. Reinventing the marketing material, we did that. With Hudson's help, they have beautiful, great landscape shots, great renderings of the stores. So we put all that together. We've spruced up the marketing. We're sending that out to every single brokerage agency. So somebody that might not have been thinking about.
Let him finish.
Just one second, I'll finish my thought. Somebody that wasn't thinking about the island a year ago, now with all this press about everything that's going on, if they're thinking about it now, we want to make sure that we get that person. We don't know everybody, but we want to make sure that every broker knows that this is available, what's available. We're offering some incentives to them too to bring their clients here, and that's the quickest way to get the word out is through the brokerage community. It really is, because every broker knows somebody who knows somebody. So we're trying to work with every shop out there in New York and anywhere else that knows us to make sure they have the information in-house, they know it's available here. That's a big thing that we're trying to do too.
And what about asking rents?
Sure.
Can you just
It's a case-by-case basis. I don't think we've really adjusted anything from where they were before. And the reason being is that the island keeps improving and there's been more attention here as of recent. As a strategy, as a broker, you always encourage everybody to, if you have an interest, put your best foot forward, because we don't want to tell somebody something and then they say, nah, forget it. Then you want to say, well, what's your vision, what's your idea? Because maybe the landlord, maybe the residents want the space, and it might be a tenant that maybe it's a more appropriate rent for them, and they then bring more tenants here, which then drives the rents up to a higher level that's more comfortable for everybody else too. So there's all sorts of ways to do it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,